Is teacher training necessary? Hey everyone, it's Dara. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new to my channel, Dara's ESL, welcome. I'm happy to have you here. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for being here as well. If you're new to my channel, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Dara K. Fulton. I am the founder and ESL teacher to Dara's ESL. ESL stands for English as a Second Language, and my company is an online English tutoring service that help adult learners build their confidence while they improve their English speaking and listening and pronunciation skills. Today's topic is for my teachers out there. Is teacher training necessary? Friends, I will say yes, it is very necessary. Well, first, what is teacher training? Teacher training is when you learn as a teacher. You go to a class or classes that help you to learn about how to teach whatever subject you're teaching, how to implement a lesson, how to help your students learn, and also help you to feel confident in teaching your lessons. It's a combination of all these things, the do's and don'ts to teaching. Now, let me say right now as a disclaimer that teaching is one of those professions that it's really on a case-by-case, trial and error basis. What that means is there's not just one book out there that will tell you everything about teaching, and if you follow those steps, you will be a perfect teacher. No. There is no perfection, so let's just say that you will make mistakes in this journey, and there will be times where you may feel like, hey, am I a good teacher? Am I doing this right? Are my students actually learning? You will have those questions, you will have those doubts, and that's all part of this process, friends, because I have been there. I have been doing this for 13 years, and I will tell you right now, every class is still very new. Every class is still a new experience. I still get that nervous feeling in my stomach when I'm standing up in front of maybe 15 to 20 students, or if I'm online teaching a student for the first time. So there's no set way of teaching, but there are things out there that you can read up on, or classes that you can take that will help you to guide you in this process, help you to learn how to teach. So I'm going to give you some ideas and some tips about that. I did a video last year where I'm talking about the first day of your ESL class. And I must tell you, I was so impressed and surprised by the amount of viewership that video has gotten. That video is on my second channel, Dara K. Fulton, and that channel is All Things Motivation. But I feel that this video is very, very helpful, and I'll just play a little something for you. As the teacher, you're going to walk into your classroom and you have all these pairs of eyes looking at you. And let me just say, whether you're experienced or new, this can be a very intimidating experience. Whether you're experienced or not, the first thing you should do, very first thing you should do, is start with a smile. Smiling, believe it or not, is truly the universal language. It allows the people who are watching you or looking at you standing up there all by yourself, and I will stress you will be by yourself, to feel comfortable, or at least be curious to hear what you have to say. You don't want to come into your classroom, hi, my name is Dara, I'm your ESL teacher, welcome. You see how that could be a little stiff, a little uncomfortable? Teaching is a wonderful profession. It gives you such joy and confidence when you know that you're making a difference, when you know that you're helping someone to learn. But it's also one of the most difficult jobs to have, because you're always going to face some challenges or something different. And I will tell you from my experience that no matter how many trainings you may take, you will always have at least that one student or students that will try you and will challenge you, and sometimes it will catch you so off guard that you're wondering, did I learn this in class? Was this part of my training? And sometimes that part of training will not be covered. So let me help you with that. Teacher training in general is a great way for you to learn how to practice teaching, how you can create a lesson plan, how you can bring that lesson plan to your students. One way to do that is to keep it simple. That's the best advice I can give you. Whatever lesson you're doing, keep it simple. Even if you're talking about something complex or advanced, try your best to keep the lesson plan simple. It will be for your own good, and it will help you not to feel too stressed out. The other advice I will give to you is take your time, pace yourself. When you are teaching any class at any subject, you're not going to know the level of every student or how each student is going to receive the information. This you will see over time, but in the beginning you will not see this. So take your time. Another advice I will share with you is smile. Sometimes as teachers, we are so into the lesson, we're so much focusing on how am I going to teach this lesson, how am I going to help my students, and we forget to smile. Smiling is the universal language. Even if you have no idea what you are doing, even if you don't feel confident, you feel like, oh my gosh, I don't even know if I should do this today, smile. You don't have to be like this the whole class, but you want to make sure that you're smiling, because that would help you to feel more comfortable. And let me just share a secret with you. You're feeling nervous? Imagine your students. Some students will come to class, especially if you're teaching adults, they'll come very sophisticated. They're ready to go. They know everything. At least that's what they're portraying. They already know English. You're just a teacher. You don't know. You can't teach me anything, or what you're teaching me is not important to me because I know everything. Okay. Sometimes some students do that as a defense mechanism. That's their way of hiding their insecurities or their fears. And then you have students that keep it real. These are the students that will do this and will hide from you and will do like this, okay, because they are so shy and they are so nervous that they can't even begin to hide it. So you will see that right up front. And then you're going to have those students who's going to be laid back like, whatever, I'm just here for whatever reason, okay? So you will have some students that may not have the most positive attitude. In your training, depending on the training that you take, the instructor will guide you in how to handle these different type of students or the personalities of your students. Or they will give you some ideas on what activities you can give in the class to help all these students kind of come together. So it really, really depends on the training that you take. There's really no one-size-fits-all training. I will tell you that now. I have taken so much training, I can't even begin to count the amount of training I have taken both offline and online. And even to this day, I still am learning something new. The other reason why teacher training is necessary is because it's going to help you find your place as a teacher. Sometimes when we're new to this profession, we like to look at what other people are doing, or we have this idea that comes in our head of what a teacher is and how they should be. And then once you're in your own classroom, you learn very quickly, like, you have to go with your own flow, because your flow is going to be just your flow. It's not going to be your colleague or your coworker or anyone else. It's just going to be yours. And your students are going to adjust to your flow. But sometimes you may not know what that is in the beginning. So training may help you with this, or sometimes, as we say, you just have to wing it. Means you just have to try your best and see what happens. Some people may feel that training is not very effective because they feel like, okay, I know how to do this, 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 and this. Here's my class. I did this, 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 and this, and everything went downhill, okay? And yes, that will happen at least once in your career. So what do? This is when you have to become a little creative. You have to put yourself in the student's shoes. How would you feel if you were the student and you had a teacher that clearly is not sure what he or she is doing? What would you like? Would you like to see that teacher like this? Or would you like that teacher to at least try to do something to make it interesting, make the class interesting? For me, what works? I start a conversation. Sometimes I may put the lesson plan aside and just have a general conversation. How are you? How do you feel? Depending on the level that you're teaching, you might even go even further. How was your day? How was your weekend? What did you do? What did you see? What did you buy? Because now you're making the class about the student, and that is going to make them talk to you and also help you to think about how you're going to do this lesson. But it will also help you to feel relaxed, because as you start to feel relaxed, students will see that you're feeling relaxed. They will start to feel relaxed, and now you have a class. You have the attention of your students. So teacher training is helpful. It is very effective, and I would encourage all teachers out there, whether you're teaching English or not, definitely take some training. There's a lot of free training out there. There's a lot of paid training out there, and if you can even meet another teacher who can mentor you, that would be very helpful as well, because now that teacher is coming with their experience and they can help guide you in your experience. So I personally have done teacher trainings at previous jobs, and I will tell you I love doing them because I get a chance to let other teachers know that we are all in this together. There is no perfection. You will make mistakes. You will feel nervous. You will doubt. Okay? I can't tell you how many times I wanted to quit because I didn't feel confident in what I was doing. But if you love what you do and you enjoy this, you will stick with it. And your students will see that. And even the most difficult students that you will face, because they're out there, okay, you learn from them. That challenge sometimes is what we need to give us that boost of confidence that is so needed as a teacher. So teacher training is definitely necessary. My best advice to all teachers out there, new and experienced, enjoy the process. And remember that you was once a student too. And it is okay to say that. It's okay to make a mistake. It's okay not to be perfect. There is no perfection. Always try your best, because when you try your best, you do your best. Thank you so much for watching today, and I'll see you in the next video. Please feel free to like, share, comment on this video. I love receiving feedback, so if you're a teacher and you're feeling like, I don't know, or you're struggling, please let me know. I would love to talk to you. If you're an ESL student and you have a teacher that's struggling and you're like, hey, I'm a student, I don't know what's going on with my teacher, I need some advice. Feel free to leave a comment under this video, and I will be more than happy to respond back to you. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time.